the only locally produced farm radio show with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester, where we have beautiful sunshine, kind of a quiet night overnight. Temperatures hovering in that low 40-degree area, 42, 43 degrees for most. We did have a couple locations that dropped down into the 30s, Midland and Ithaca to be specific. They had overnight lows of 39, but again, no chances of frost for a lot of areas other than extreme northern Michigan, where they did have a little bit of that to talk about. High pressure system over Tennessee is the reason why we have the weather that we do. There is a low pressure system off to the west of us in Minnesota, moving into Wisconsin. It's going to try to work its way into the lower peninsula, but because of that high, it's not going to happen. There is going to be a pretty good chance of seeing some widely scattered shower activity tonight after midnight. But one thing is for sure, Matthew, our temperatures are going to hold up to late spring, early summer values. Right now, what have we got?
Right now, over at the airport, it's sunny at 65. Over in Midland, it's also sunny at 65. Here at Radio Center, it's sunny at 64. We have east winds at 3 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 29.88, and it's falling.
And it will continue to fall a little bit more. Again, that low pressure system is going to try to work its way in, but it does appear as though it's going to take a little bit more of a northeasterly course over the next 24 hours, which means two things. Number one, temperatures are going to stay warm. We're looking for a high temperature of right around 75 this afternoon and a low only dropping down to maybe 59. I think quite a few low temperatures will probably be right around 60 degrees. Normal high for this time of the year is 69. So that gives you a pretty good idea just how warm it is. Clouds more so as we go through the nighttime hours. Clouds will be on the increase a little bit later on this afternoon. The best chance of any scattered shower activity will be after midnight, but some of you might pick up a scattered shower before that, maybe right after or right around sunset. But again, coverage is not going to be very great at all. Now, during the day tomorrow, clouds to start the day off, still a chance of some scattered shower activity. That low pressure system will be relatively close, but a warm front ahead of it is going to be the dominating factor when it comes to our weather. There is a cold front that is tailing that low, but we're not going to see it because sun, as we go through the day tomorrow night should be a pretty decent night. Friday night with mostly clear skies, maybe a few clouds. Once again, dropping down only to about 58, 59 degrees. The big difference with today versus what we have seen is the winds now are going to begin to rotate a little bit more. As Matthew said, we were looking at east under 5 miles per hour. It'll become more southeasterly under 5 later on this afternoon and tonight, and then more southerly tomorrow and eventually westerly. The reason why that is because that low pressure system is going to stay to the west of us. So as it climbs, as it moves up into the upper peninsula, the counterclockwise circulation will dictate more of a south and then eventually a west wind, but very light, no strong gusty winds at all. Westerly breeze tomorrow, 5, 6, 7 miles per hour. That's it. Tomorrow night, we're going to see a little bit more of an easterly breeze, but again, under 5 miles per hour with that temperature hovering right around 60. Then on Saturday, there will be a spotty shower around because the upper air is unsettled. That low is a very slow mover, and it is going to be over Lake Superior heading up into Canada. So there is going to be the possibility of seeing a spotty shower. But the other reason why is because our temperatures, Tomorrow, 74 for a high, 58 for a low. Saturday, 80 for a high and 60 for a low. That's normal for right around the 20th, 21st of June. So we are going to have, quite frankly, summer-like weather temperature-wise moving into the weekend. This is going to be a very nice weekend. Sun, maybe a spotty shower around, and that's going to be a function of the warmer temperatures and the pop-up type activity that could happen that we experienced a few days back. 80 for a high on Saturday, 59 for a low. Then moving into Sunday, 82 for a high with mostly sunny skies. Clear skies on Sunday night, right around 60. A few more clouds as we move into the day on Monday. We're going to start off the week on a damp note. At least there's going to be a chance of seeing precipitation on Monday, Tuesday, and on Wednesday. We're not looking right now, it appears, we're not going to be looking at a lot of overall coverage in the state, but some forecasts are leaning toward the possibility of a little bit more measurable rain, and that would happen on Monday night and Tuesday. At least that's what it looks like right now. But all the way through the beginning of the work week next week, temperatures will be in the low 80s for Monday and Tuesday, then dropping down into 74, 75, 76 for a high on Wednesday. But again, way above normal. Normal high for this time of the year is 69. The normal low, 48. Record high in this state is 90. That was set back in 1962. The record low, 32, freezing. That was set back in 1952. A year ago today, 78 was our high, 42 was our low. We had no precipitation. For the month of May through the 15th of May, we had just under 0.6 of an inch of rain compared to more than 0.8 of an inch so far this May. Long range, and this takes us right up till just about the end of May. We'll call it the 29th. We are looking for our temperatures to average slightly above normal, much above normal, obviously, as we move into next week, and then a lot closer to average over the Memorial Day holiday and into the final week of the month of May. Slightly above average as far as the moisture. So the precipitation pattern is going to pick up a little bit more again, especially toward the, I want to say the tail end of the work week next week. There are going to be chances of precipitation to start off the week, but not nearly as overall covered as what we're thinking will probably happen a little bit closer to the Memorial Day holiday. Warmest ever, 16th of May, 1962. 90 was our high, 67 was our low. The coldest ever, you got to go back to the 50s, 1957. Sun will set this evening at 8:56, rise tomorrow morning at 6:09. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Matthew, who do we have standing by?
Up next, we have Melinda Sweeney from the Andersons, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrient Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Don't let Mother Nature dictate what you're going to get as you move into, well, not only the growing season, but also the harvest season. Risk management is a tool that is vital for a lot of farming operations, especially with margins as tight as what they are. this year. That's why you should be working with the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency, because they are licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. You can get a hold of their agents on their cells for questions or emergencies, or you can call the office in downtown Reese. That number, 989-868-4722. The Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Farm Service also brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. They've got some products there from Sure Crop and Nature's that'll help you increase your yields, Mr. Farmer. And of course, certified crop advisor Vic Huffer, who's always ready to answer some questions, whatever they might be. You know, serving you is their business, and they've been doing it since 1983. That's Freeland Bean and Grain. We say good morning to Melinda Sweeney. And Melinda, I wish I had better markets for you.
Yeah, we're continuing the Thursday trend of being down. Corn's down 5, beans are unchanged nearby, and down 4 for new crop, and wheat's down 2. We did start up slightly a tick this morning, and we're steeply turning in the other direction. Same with what we saw yesterday, closing lower. The 10-day forecast is showing still systems through the Corn Belt, but coverage might not be as heavy as previously thought, so taking off some of that pressure. And continuous wet weather, hopefully we see some planting delays, which will put us behind the 5-year pace and average on Monday's crop progress report. So we'll have to keep an eye out on that for corn. Soybeans, kind of a mixed bag. A lot of crush reports coming out. Soybeans delivered to unknown destinations and not guaranteed if that's China or not. So export sales came out this morning. And then wheat, all eyes are still on that Russia production. 40% of their production area is still being under stress. Eyes are definitely on that to see what happens with their production and what that means for world supply of wheat.
Actually, I am pleasantly surprised, Melinda, that after that big run in the wheat pit, that we've been able to hang on to most of it.
Yeah, we have not gave it all up. We've only gave up about 20 cents off the high. So haven't gave it all up, and we're still up 80 cents over the last week or two. So still a lot of good progress in the wheat market.
Yeah. So what do you have on the board as of right now?
Yeah, nearby corn right now, we're at $3.95. New crop corn is at $4.16. Nearby soybeans are $11.73. New crop soybeans are $11.32. New crop red wheat is at $5.98. And new crop white wheat is at $6.53.
You have a great day, Melinda. Always good to talk.
Thanks.
We'll talk again
You
soon,
too.
okay? Melinda Sweeney over at the Andersons. A little bit more in depth as far as what the markets are doing. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining me. The market report brought to you by Steiner Tractor. New parts for old tractors made easy. So easy. They just roll UPS semis out of there every day to all over the country for a very good reason. Steiner has a great reputation. They understand how your life and job both stop if your tractor stops running. They like your tractor to look good too. If you want to get it all decked out and ready for any event coming up this summer to show it off, they've got the advice and they've got the stuff to do it as well. And the parts, some parts are really difficult to get. Steiner has been able to get them. 800-234-3280 or go to steinertractor.com. Market report also brought to you by the Frankenmuth Credit Union. They do have lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. Just stop by any of their conveniently located offices and find out how the credit union can become your hometown financial solution. Find out more by going to frankenmuthcu.org. Doug Klein, good morning.
Well, good morning.
Kind of sleepy on the board of trade. Is there any excitement anywhere?
Oh, Deere had their earnings. So they're down $13.50 today. Not a huge big deal. That's only about 3%. So they're still up 13% year over year and flat on the year to date. They're saying that inventories are starting to get larger, especially in the used equipment arena. and they're expecting to slow down, obviously. I think prices have a little bit to do with that. So in sympathy, cat's down about $6 also. So it's probably more of the same in their area, but cat has a lot more mining stuff going on too. So what else? Credit card balances are up 8% year over year. Delinquencies are up, and Gavin Newsom's state is seeing thefts in copper wire off their Tesla charging stations. So is nothing sacred anymore? They just steal the copper so you can't charge your electric car.
Well, given the value of that stuff, I mean, you got to have an armed guard if you have any metal.
Right.
Good Lord.
Oh, California. Anyway, so yeah, here's your numbers. The July corn 457 down 5.5. December corn 481.5 down 5.5. On July soybeans 12.14 1/4 up 3/4 of a penny. November soybeans 11.96 3/4 down 4 1/4. July wheat 6.64 down 1 3/4, and December wheat 7.08 1/4 down 1 1/4. So crude oil is 79.07 up 44 cents. Heating oil is 243.42 up a penny. Gasoline is 253.33 up 3.5 cents. And natural gas is 248 up 6.5 cents. Over to currencies. Canadian dollar. US dollar buys $1.3611 Canadian. That's up 10 ticks. The dollar buys 155.21 yen. That's up 34 ticks. The euro's at 108.70, down 12 ticks. Dollar's at 104.43, up 9 ticks. Gold is at $23.8580, down $9 an ounce. Silver's $29.74, up 15 cents. Platinum's at $10.6470, down $5.40. And copper at $486.75, that's down 5.7 cents.
Yep.
So, and no new high on copper, so I don't know. Take a breather, but the demand is still going to be there when housing eventually comes back. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. Well, we just go with the flow,
Right.
All right. Doug, thanks a lot.
Yep.
We'll talk to you later. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Rummel Agency. They understand that the risk you face as a Michigan farm and agribusiness owner is something that you have to contend with, because every farm's needs vary, like the crops in the fields. And they know that you're more than just a number. You've got dreams, you've got family, you've got goals for the future, and how important these things are to you as a farm and family operator. They want to get to know you one-on-one so they can help get the right farm insurance protection for you and your family. The Rummel Agency, with offices in Frankenmuth, Saginaw, and Carroll. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Ray from Begic Nursery and Garden Center in Bay City. With our beautiful new greenhouse, we've grown more space for you to shop for all your lawn and garden needs. Explore the area's largest selection of exclusive cascading waterfalls, outdoor art, gorgeous planters, and pottery that will add the blazes of color combinations you've always dreamed of. Begic's Outdoor Living Center offers you a great selection of comfortable and colorful Berlin Gardens outdoor living furniture. Grilling with the new Weber from Begic's opens the world of possibilities. Visit our grill zone, where you'll find the full line of Weber gas grills, charcoal grills, and all the accessories you need for outdoor cooking at its best. A Weber grill cooks restaurant quality meat and veggies in the comfort of your backyard, backed by the power, reliability, and lifetime support of Weber. This is the perfect time to get your lawn in tip-top shape, whether it's seeding, reseeding, or just patching spots. Begic's has the perfect seed for your lawn. Need help outdoors? We'll see you at Begic's this week on M84, 1 mile east of I-75, west side Saginaw Road, Bay City.
Reliability. One word that packs so much meaning. Delivering on promises, standing the test of time, knowing your equipment is going to work when it's supposed to, or having someone knowledgeable there when it doesn't. It's the thing that gives you confidence during the toughest of seasons. So at Hudson, when we say reliable, we don't take it lightly. That's why we sell John Deere. Reliable equipment, reliable service, reliable people.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth. They're going to make your life a whole lot easier with tractors from Case IH and Yanmar, mowers from Cub Cadet, and off-road vehicles from Polaris. Check out the Yanmar tractors from 21 to 35 horsepower. They've got a 10-year warranty, and choose from a low-rate financing for up to 72 months or cash off. Now, those Farmall tractors from Case IH, 35 to 141 horsepower, 0% for up to 60 months, or cash back. Got to mow the lawn? Cub Cadet, during the Ultimate Sales Event, spring rebates with up to $1,000 off on select models. Want to do some off-roading? Hey, the holidays are coming up. The summer is almost upon us. Off-road vehicles from Polaris, if it's on your wish list, you can choose from a 2023 model or check out the 2024 models and choose between low-rate financing or rebates of up to $2,000. Now, again, rebates and financing vary by model financing, so subject to credit approval. See Weiss Equipment for all the details. Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, or go online to weissequipment.com, doing it right longer. Matthew, all of us like a little bit of fruit at the grocery store, and Michigan, of course, is a big producer of fruit. What do you like as far as
Like my favorite.
Yeah, your favorite fruit?
Mike's not wanting to work.
The mic's not ready to work, but that's it. Holler at me. What's your favorite?
Probably apples or pineapple.
Apples.
I also like oranges and peaches and stuff like that. You know, your different berries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries. I love everything.
Yeah. Well, you know that Michigan is the second largest apple producing state in the United States as of the end of last year. Michigan apple production was at 1.34 billion pounds, which was down about 1% from the record high of 2022. The farm level value utilized production was $350 million. Now, 2022 was a really good year for the fruit industry here in Michigan. So a lot of our products that were produced in 2023 are going to be down just a little bit from 2022. One of them was the tart cherry production. Michigan remained the largest tart cherry producing state, but we were down 26% in 2023 from 2022. Now, the farm level value of utilized production was $22.6 million. Blueberry production, 87.5 million pounds. That was up 26% from 2022. And I think a lot of you know that we had an excellent crop of blueberries last year. Michigan growers harvested 16,900 acres with a farm level value of utilized production of $120 million. So pretty good production. Michigan held its own last year, and hopefully the frost didn't bother too many of our crops. So maybe, just maybe, we'll come out looking pretty good here in 2024. Along with us, Jerry Samalski, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. I'm not saying the plant of the week should be an apple tree or a blueberry bush or anything like that, or a tart cherry. What is it?
Terry, you know, you're better than you know. It is in the malus species. All apples are malus, and it's the crab apple this week. So you're right on top there, Terry. You're hitting it good today.
We're working at it. I'll take credit for the good one because I always catch you know what for the bad.
You know, the crab apple is plant of the week this week. You know, it's kind of fallen out of favor because, you know, everybody wants a perfect plants that, you know, when the leaves drop, you know, you don't have to rake them up, or if they're so small, they're hard to rake up. They don't like those either. So, you know, but the crab apple is a wonderful plant. It's widely adaptable. It's got numerous bloom from white to deep pink, almost red. And the shapes are tall and skinny. They're short and wide. They're weeping. They're rounded. A lot of different types. Foliage can be burgundy or it can be green. There's so many different varieties. And the bad news is the fruit. That's why people don't like them. But the fruits now have been bred to be so small and persistent, meaning that they stay on the tree and they drop very few fruits drop, and they're small, probably about the size of maybe your pinky fingernail. So they're very small fruits, but then they stay on in the winter. One of my favorites is Red Jewel. I say that red apple on that tree makes a fire engine blush. It's so red. It's just beautiful.
And you've got them at the nursery.
We sure do. All different kinds, sizes, and we're here till 5 on weekdays and Saturday 9 to 2. Come out and see us.
You bet. Have a nice weekend, Jerry.
Thanks, Terry.
You bet. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Incidentally, canned fruits and vegetables from March of 2020 to March of 2024 increased in price almost 32%. So buying it on the farm might be a better way to go if you want some fresh apples. Along with us right now to take a look at some of our markets in New York, we have Teresa from Baird & Company. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. We're doing well. Dow Jones continues to hover around its record high of 40,000, currently at 40,008, up 101 with 273 million shares traded. NASDAQ 16,779, up 36 with 565 million shares traded. Some stocks of local interest include Caterpillar at 352.62, down 742. Deere 425, down 13.77. CMS Energy 63.31, up 32. Dow 59.14, up 8. DuPont 77.91, down 31. Corteva 56.59, down 54. General Motors 45.96, up 47. Trinzio 339, up 3. Walmart 63.40, up 3.58. Huntington Bank 14.22, down a nickel. Independent Bank 26.21, up 5, and AT&T at 17.28, down 5 cents.
Have a great day, Teresa.
You too. Bye-bye.
We'll talk to you again. We'll be right back.
It happens after every commercial building gets built.
That looks great, boys. Wow, what a change. The owners are going to be thrilled.
Even after cleaning out the garage or shed. That leftover scrap metal can be a burden, but it doesn't have to be, and it can make you some cash. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal is a metal recycling company that'll pay you cash and recycle your metal for the future. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal also makes it easy. We can provide containers for industrial manufacturing facilities and small specialty shops for moving and storing scrap metals. Looking to scrap a vehicle? We got you. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal in Saginaw, just north of the Dow Event Center. Also located in West Branch, 1 mile off I-75 and M76. Schedule a car pickup or check metal prices now at rifkin-co.com. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal, recycling today for tomorrow.
We were talking about the canned fruits and vegetables grocery item price inflation. There's a report out. We're going to be covering this over the next few days. But eggs were up in the 4 years, up 50%. Beef roasts were up 40%, and flour was up 36%. Unbelievable numbers. We'll be back at 12:30 with Market Update. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coins in Bay City at 602 North Euclid Avenue.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Dr. Marty's Nature's Blend Dog Food.
I'm Steve Kathan. As a House panel threatens to hold Attorney General Garland in contempt of Congress, President Biden asserts executive privilege over audio recordings of his interview with the special counsel. CBS